So May 2026, GTA Market Watch. I'm going to label it as movement. The reason I say that is because we notice considerable movement in the housing market. Specifically, freehold prices continue to edge up forward. And if you take a look for the entire 5 months, it's a steady, slow climb, but it is progressing upwards. The condo apartment market continues to slide in the opposite direction. And by the way, here's the rub. It'll continue to be that way for the next 3 to 5 years. Yeah, 3 to 5 years. There's several variables underlying that. There's an oversupply of condo apartments. The banks are completely conservative, especially when condo fees start approaching $1 a square foot or more. It's obviously poorly managed. And so the banks want to be extra cautious with the money that they're lending. Obviously, it makes sense. So give your head a shake before you decide to buy a condo apartment. If you think that the condo fees are going to stabilize or not going to continue to go up, because they'll continue to go up, all right? And usually exceeding inflation. So that said, the housing market overall went up 1.7% in May versus the month before. That was just $17,731 from the month before. So now price is sitting at $1,069,700,000. Well, what's great about that, what's fantastic about that, is it's still over $264,000 less than the high point in apex of February 2022. So a fantastic time. We're still in the trough overall for buyers, but the trough is not going to last forever, especially on freehold. The freehold is already starting to break out of the trough. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, secondly, monthly sales. Monthly sales continue to go up. Overall for the year, monthly sales went up to 6,583. By the way, that's a significant increase versus the month before. But it's over 10% in 1 month. That's substantial for 1 month. And in terms of active listings, well, they went up as well, about 1,800. So, I mean, we're looking at like, 26, almost 27,000 listings, okay, for buyers to choose from, which is fantastic for buyers. Look at that, at the beginning of the year, there was only like under 18,000. That's another 10,000 listings that the buyers get to choose from. Fantastic time to make a move, especially as a first-time buyer or a move-up buyer. Why? Because you're moving up with the best time, at the best time. You've got a lot more inventory to choose from, and you can make the move. There's a shrinking gap now between the higher priced properties and the mid properties. So detached homes represent over 49% of all sales, because that's where people ultimately want to be. But it usually doesn't start as a one step. Usually first-time buyers need to get into the market and then build some equity and then move up to a semi-detached or detached, okay? So, and there's less and less land being built on, less and less land to build on. So freehold homes will hold their value better, especially if they're maximized in terms of income potential. What I mean by that is if at least they have a legal accessory dwelling unit, either a basement apartment or a coach house or combination thereof. So if you're waiting and you're looking for the perfect opportunity, here's what God says about that. It's none of us can determine or control things such as the weather. However, we can take action to create a better future with patience and diligence and working with the right people. And I'll give a shout out to Bill 98, the people that drafted it up, because it creates more affordable housing, eliminates a lot of red tape, builds homes faster, more efficiently, and it eliminates a lot of those, I'm going to call them nefarious taxes, because taxes, we're overtaxed. I think most of us would agree with that. At least the people that work hard for their fees, for their earnings. And so Bill 98 cuts a lot of the red tape out. I'll say it's a great start. Keep it going. And let's support Bill 98. Have more affordable housing for our children and our grandchildren and the future generations. Amen. Thanks.